This weekend, hundreds of families from around the country will come to the port city for the only missing persons conference of its kind in the U.S.
And while it can be very emotional, it can also be very helpful, not only for the families, but also the agencies who are involved with an unsolved case.
It's a place that they can just be themselves and they don't have to explain.
It is the National Missing Persons Conference, held each year in Wilmington. But Monica Kaysen with the Q Center for Missing Persons says it is about much more than just the missing.
We want to impact the people who have never had a missing person. We want to educate those that may end up with a missing person, but at the same time we want to comfort and bring comfort to those that do have a missing person.
Kaysen says when a loved one goes missing, the family often does not know where to turn.
They're confused, they make the report, then they get angry because they don't think things are moving fast enough, or they don't think nothing's happening at all.
Kaysen says this is a place for them to get answers.
They hear firsthand from law enforcement the things that they do behind the scenes that they can't put out there in the public.
And new strategies.
So sometimes families can educate themselves through these conferences and train their law enforcement, go back and tell their law enforcement what they've learned and say, hey, can you try this in my case?
But it is also a place where she says they can finally relax a little.
They can actually laugh out loud at a joke if they want to, and they don't have to feel guilty for it because the person telling the joke has a missing loved one too. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to the 350 people who make the list.
We have to cap it off at 350 people, and every year we turn about 70 away or more. It's sad that we're inundated every year, with the calls from all around the country.
But there is one event that is open to the entire community.
It's a very awakening event.
A candlelight vigil along Wilmington's riverfront.
We hand out the national symbols, which is the teddy bear and the white roses.
Kaysen says they also unveil a wall with hundreds of photos of missing people.
People fly in from all over just to see their loved one up on the wall.
And for those who attend the conference, something a little special.
Our conference attendees get bussed in with a police escort. It's awesome. They just feel honored from the minute that they get ready to leave for the vigil.
But it's not just about the missing. Kaysen says they also honor some of the families who have found their loved one.
Because they've sat in that audience before, and now it's their turn to get up to the podium and speak and say, I'm done, it's over for me, and still continue to have hope that your loved one will be found.
And whether the families walk away with hope, new strategies, or maybe more questions, Kaysen says this is a place where, for a moment, or a weekend, they can just be themselves.
And if I want to cry, I can cry. If I want to laugh, I can laugh, and I'm not judged for it.
The candlelight vigil is open to anyone. It is this Saturday at Wilmington's Riverfront Park starting at 8 p.m. For more on this story and unsolved cases in the Cape Fear, go to wwaytv3.com/unsolved.
It really looks like a great opportunity for sharing and getting support and those practical tips you talked about.
And it's a long weekend. It actually starts Thursday night and goes through Sunday. So it's a lot of stuff happening all weekend. So.
Awesome.